trust, resolve, understanding, clarity, evolution. And in that process, um, in that process, with trust, one is learning to forgive themselves for the decisions, the mistakes, the choices in their past. One is learning to embrace who they are and approach their new life with some resolve, with some fortitude, with some strength of the mind. And then with that understanding, you are now able to select what's best for you. You're able to detach from what isn't, and you're able to move forward and exist in life with clarity.
Greetings, my name is Queen Afua. I help people to live a healthy life in body, mind, and spirit. Welcome into the sacred circle, where you will find peace, inspiration, and practical tools for living a happy wellness lifestyle. So come inside and make yourself at home. Just take this in, brother, for healing hearts. We love you for healing our hearts. Thank you. It's so is in the house. DJ Chris Cosby Rumble. Oh, yes, dear brother. Thank you so much. Well, please, how did you get into your work? Healing hearts.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Queen. I I accepted this opportunity just out of understanding who I am and understanding who God intended me to be here. And I see it as an opportunity because it started with myself. They say it's only once we've been broken that we can become experts in mending. And I have allowed myself or accepted my brokenness and used it as a portal to not only heal myself, but to open my heart to loving others, to receiving love from others, and to transforming my own life. And those simple steps allowed me to just be here in this place, with my whole heart.
Mm. In your heart healing, when one comes to see you, how do you, where do you even begin? How do you work with when some they come, they hurt from relationships, they're just ending one, they're in what they're calling a divorce, and they just, or they ended it some time ago, but they're still, after seasons have come and gone, they're still broken. What do you do with them? What do you say to them?
There's a process I like to offer called truce. And the word truce, it is a secession in essentially war times, a time for opposing parties to come together and find an agreement, right? But I've transformed it into an acronym, meaning trust, resolve, understanding, clarity, evolution.
Wait a minute, where's my pen? Where is my
So
pen?
I repeat it simply.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
Truce.
write it down. Well, send that to us. Just send it to us.
I will. I will.
I love
Truce
that.
is an acronym that stands for trust, resolve, understanding, clarity, and evolution. And in that process, um, in that process, with trust, one is learning to forgive themselves for the decisions, the mistakes, the choices in their past. One is learning to embrace who they are and approach their new life with some resolve, with some fortitude, with some strength of the mind. And then with that understanding, you are now able to select what's best for you. You're able to detach from what isn't, and you're able to move forward and exist in life with clarity. That clarity is the gift towards evolution. And I think that that simple process of truce is a great suggestion for anyone who is looking to heal their heart from disappointment, or to detach from things that are no longer actively depositing good things in their life.
Wow, that is so amazing. So for you, what was the thing that broke your heart to the point where you said, you know, sometimes what we are coming to serve is what we needed to receive to heal us. So something clicked for you that said, whoa, I'm at the crossroads.
Yeah.
My heart is really going through it right now. And because what you're teaching us now is your process too, that brought you home to your heart healing. When did it happen for you?
I became a father, and I
Oh,
was
that's
20
right.
years old,
Okay.
and I had been maybe judging fathers my whole life and feeling detached from that whole process of fatherhood. And that was a process of opening unlike any other. My son had a difficult surgery when he was 9 months, and I remember sitting on one side of the bed. He had cranial synostosis, so they opened up his head from this ear all the way to this ear. Two of his bones were fused together, so they wanted to correct that. So he's 9 months, barely can walk, and he can't even open his mouth to cry. His face is swollen. He's eating through a tube. He has wires all hooked up to him, and my mom's on one side of the bed, I'm on the other, and I just asked her, like, is this what love is? Like, because everything in me wanted to be there instead of him. Everything in me wanted to have whatever I would have needed to go through that instead of him, but I could not. And all I could do was rest and be present. And I knew that being present was going to pay off, and it has in so many different ways. But that process is open to me, Queen. I found myself in a courtroom having to ask all the women in my family to come support and acknowledge my character. And a man like me wants to invite you to the Grammys. He wants to invite you when he's getting the Academy Award. He does not want you to have to take off work to have to support me in being able to stand in my son's life. And that process, you know, you just have to look at yourself, you know, and we're not perfect no matter how honestly we try to approach life. So there's just a lot of moments where I had to sit back and check myself, you know, and you know, that process, it transformed me. It transformed me. It reconnected me with my family closer. You know, it's improved my relationship with my biological father. You know, there's so many, like I like to say that love creates extension. It creates freedom for people, and it has done that for me in my life.
That is so amazing. That's what makes you great,
Thank you.
actually. And
Thank
that's what made you great.
Thank you.
And so in that process, I know that I've heard that you're a poet.
Yes, I dabble. I dabble.
You dabble. Can you give us a little of your dabbling?
um, I don't. I would have to read one to you. I don't necessarily have one off top. Let me think. Can we come back to that moment? I have to. I have to give you something else.
Well, I do put you on the spot, but that's just like life puts us on the spot. We
Yeah.
never actually are quite ready for life, but you just have to just accept that life is going to shift and change. And can I be adaptable? Can I be flexible? Because
Let me
you are
just
such a
adjust my
creative people.
posture.
What's that?
I said, let me adjust my posture. I should have accepted that opportunity.
Yeah, just let it flow. Your poem may be one line. That's it. Hit it and quit it. Or maybe 4 lines.
Oh, okay. I
Uh-huh.
I have one that I love. Um, it's very simple. It says, "We fell in love to be free."
That's a t-shirt. I'm buying
Thank you.
it. We
Thank you.
fell in love So that's to people. So when the love doesn't last, and they start getting angry at each other because this was going to make me free. This was going to be my freedom trail, and it didn't quite work, but it actually did because it's a lesson in there.
Exactly.
If you would take that lesson with grace and power, you'll be able to rise up to the next frequency of love. And love is better, it gets greater, it gets more profound. Wow, you're amazing.
Thank you.
How do they keep, do you give workshops, classes, I know you do consultations. How do they keep up with you?
I would love for people to read my work. I am very invested in learning to be a messenger, learning to be a polished author. And I would like to communicate through people through the written word in many ways. So please check out my books. I have 8 published works, 2 audio, The Audacity of a Good Heart in Eden, and I also have 5 books print, 6 print. And this is an independent operation, and I would just love for people to check those out. My book's called I Got You, The Missing Piece. I have a book called Truths. I have a book called About Something Real. I have a book called Hope for Love. So please just spend time with my work and get to know me because I plan on being a voice for our generation.
Well, you're already a voice for this generation.
Thank you.
Do you have one of your books present at this time?
No.
But the book is you. You want the book.
I was about to say, I always say, if I show up trying to put my book in front of people's face, they may forget that I'm a spirit trying to connect with them. I would like you to have an interest in me, and then if that leads you to go pursue my work, thank you.
Well, you are the written book, and we believe you. And we know that you have come here on a mission to heal our hearts, and we accept the mission. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, come on.
Peace, Queen.
You look so pretty.
Thank you.
Oh, let's just vibe together a bit. Let's just vibe. Let's become one. Yes, yes. This song is for you.
Oh, yes.
Yes. This is a dedication to your warmth. Take your time, girl. You got it going on. Come on, make it happen. They're loving you right now. They're pouring so much love on you right now. You got that pink background. Come on. All right. We thank Toni for being here this great awakening on Ride Day, Sunday in the Sacred Circle. Wow, my darling. I can't wait to hear one of your pieces, but I won't bombard you and pull it out of you. But how did you become the ambassador of art and poetry and hip hop? How did that all come together for you? What brought that on?
That came about because I was organizing a project in DC called the Freestyle Union Cipher Workshop. And then when I moved to Brooklyn, I kept doing the work. And so the State Department, someone recommended me when they were looking through the rap magazines, and they said, you're not going to find what you're looking for in there. You need to talk to Toni Blackman. And so after a few people brought my name up, they were like, oh, because I was doing hip hop work in the community. I was doing, I had been to Africa and I did hip hop work on the continent. And then I had graduated from college, and then I was actively performing opening for major acts. And so that's how I got the slot. And it's been 20 years, Queen, and now I've been to 15 African countries on the continent. And now I have family.
15 years old, so you've been doing something right. You kept your vitality, and you worked on purpose. And I think that's part of one of your secrets, is that you found your mission early on, and you never lost sight of it. You kept cultivating no matter what, how it turned out, the end result. You kept on your purpose, and that gave you an extra energy, light being. That
well, you know, Queen, I heard you talk about that in DC 22 years ago, maybe. And you were talking about dietary changes, and then you were also talking about how to maintain your life force, and that how important it was to honor that. If you wanted, somebody had asked you about living longer, And you went through this long list, and I know that stuck with me, because that being on purpose carried me through a lot of trauma healing, a lot of recovery from pain and toxic relationships, and then health issues as well. And it just carried me through. It's Sister Space in DC. Yeah, somebody in the comments.
Yes. Wow. Well, I remember going back and forth to DC because my children were going to school then, and I kind of moved in. I said, okay, I guess I'm gonna be here now. And yes, well, thank you for acknowledging that. Yeah. So in your work, could you give us one of your poems? I just can't wait. I want you to bring it out at the gate.
Oh, what?
Give us something that just you feel, it could be very simple, something that you just feel, something that people love, something that you have a signature about when you go out through your ambassador work.
So what I've been doing is I've been tying in mindfulness, meditation, and healing into my rhymes, into my music, in a very literal way.
Okay.
And I gave myself permission to do it. Stop. I'm grown now. I don't have to fit in. And I've learned to love myself. So I'm honoring my voice. That's why that African natural lifestyle was really resonating with me. But here's a verse from my song. It's called Why Worry? Okay. If you want to keep it all going and energy flowing, you must remember and know, worry does not make us strong. It just brings the negative on. It becomes like a prayer of all that we fear. Intentions are clear, you be losing your hair and losing your sleep when your thoughts compete with your dream. When they're filled with worry, we lose patience and we're in a hurry, thinking ourselves into anxiety. Some will say you are crazy because you choose not to worry. Please let them be. Set yourself free. Manage your own energy emotionally. Faith without words just is dead, 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 dead. But there is no faith when you live in your head. Ha! Yes, why worry? 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 Why worry?
Wow. Inside studio, clap that up. Yes, snap it up. I love your rhythm. It's like a drum.
The flow, yes.
The flow. Wow. During this time, this global pandemic, what are you doing that has you protected? Because you are protected. You want to share some of those steps that you take as your day-to-day that keeps you well and vibrant without worrying about contracting the virus?
Well, the first thing I did in the beginning of the pandemic shutdown, you started going live. And so what I did, I had gotten off track, tuning into the knowledge and the sources. So I went back to the source. I started listening to you every single time you spoke. I started going back to old videos with Dick Gregory, my spiritual mentor, Dr. Prem Deben, the late Dr. Prem Deben from the African Holistic Health Association. And I realized that everything I need, I learned it. I read all the books. I went to all the retreats and the seminars, but I wasn't practicing it. And what the shutdown reminded me to do is that it is a practice. It's okay if I mess up today or tomorrow, but I can just keep going. And then people started to die around me. Friends started to die. Mentors started to die. My neighbors started to die. And I'm sensitive and I got all kind of stuff that has always been present in me. And I know that if I don't have my green juice by the end of the week, I have a cold. I know that if I slip and eat sugar, I'm going to catch bronchitis or have eczema. And so I got into a routine, and I remember the rituals, the sacred rituals, steaming your face, making your herbal tea, making the bathroom my sanctuary. I don't know what happened, Queen. I got so busy. I went into workaholic mode for about a decade and went through a burnout crash, got well, and then still I slipped up, and there came that American lifestyle. So I just got back to the source, the African natural lifestyle. Ooh, child. We heal it. So I just got back into it. And that's what has gotten me where I am now.
Wow. We have a village. we have a village. We have a global community. What I'm seeing in my reflection is that we're already free. So there's nothing to worry about. The worry is making us sicker. Say it, know it, and walk in it and be done.
Yes.
That's what I'm seeing with you. I feel the force. I feel the force of nature just working through your life. What I would just say to you is just remember to have impeccable spiritual listening. Whatever the Most High tells you, you tapped in, so you hear the voice of the Most High talking to you. Is that right?
Yes. In the morning.
Yes. When you hear the message, follow it to the letter.
Woo!
Period. Point blank.
Lord, yeah. The message every morning, right when I'm waking up.
Yeah, because
the
you
messages come. Yeah.
So don't fight.
Don't fight.
Don't fight.
Don't resist.
Most I say, sit down, go have a seat and get a rest. Put your feet up. Because you're a workaholic like me. We're not workaholics. We just love what we do.
We love what we do.
What do you say, Kai? You said if you love what you do, you don't ever work a day in your life. It always says that. So because we love it so much, we look like we're knocking ourselves out. But just keep on keeping on. How do we keep up with you? You know, how can we help to continue to sustain you? Because when you have somebody who is in the forefront, who is representing the best of us, you want to make sure that you sustain and support them, supporting us. How do we support you so you can continue to support us?
Well, I really got serious during the shutdown. One of the things I just tuned right in. So I got consistent with it's hashtag meditation mixtape minute or hashtag hip hop meditation. And so if you search that on Instagram, you will see all of my videos come up. And that's one way to just check it out and listen to the meditation mixtape minute, hip hop meditation by Toni Blackman. I also started the YouTube show. My young people in Nairobi, shout out to Art and Hub in Kenya. I got a creative team of 20-something brothers and sisters who are so brilliant. So they're helping me with my YouTube show and my series and some of my content. A few of the music videos I did are being done in Nairobi, and I'm very proud of them, and I'm excited. I'm mentoring them. And so we're building, and then my book, so the YouTube show is just Toni Blackman, and then and it's hip hop, mindfulness, hip hop meditation, and then my book, Wisdom of the Cipher, is coming out in March. And Queen, when I got still and got focused,
we're getting it. I'm getting my copy.
Yes, so
you can do some advanced sales. You know, as an
I
do some advanced sales. Yeah,
I'm working with a small publisher because you know the Random House thing 20 years ago was not a good look. So I'm working with a small publisher to get it done. So we're meeting with them on Tuesday, and I'm going to add advanced sales to the agenda. Thank you.
All righty.
Thank you. Give thanks.
And now we'll continue to support you. And we just want to, I will speak for everyone. We love you, we adore you, and we lift you up. Continue to shine so bright, and we will continue to walk with you and support you. Thank you so much, Toni.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to the Sacred Circle.
Stay well.
Peace, Queen.
Bye.
Thank you to all my subscribers. We are giving away a free 7-day detox kit when we reach our milestone goal of 50,000 subscribers to this channel. To enter for your chance to win, all you have to do is subscribe to our channel, like and comment on this video, and we will choose the winner from the comments section. Thank you for growing with us. Ashe.